Stone Resort Casino during Boxing Hall of Fame weekend. JJ, we talked yesterday at the weigh-in, and I was asking you about styles and how you had seen so much in your amateur career and throughout your background. What did you see tonight from your opponent?
He had a tricky style. He had that Philly shell, you know, so I had to kind of work my way around that. He counters pretty good too off of it, so I had to be cautious about it. He come out some rounds really aggressive, but overall I just had to adjust to it and just outbox him.
Now you seemed like you really controlled the tempo of the fight, really walking him down where you wanted to, utilizing your jab at will. What did you feel like was the biggest weapon that you were effectively able to use against him? Looked to be the jab.
The jab, and also straight rights and moving out the way.
Yeah.
It was confusing him. I saw him getting a little frustrated in there, so just moving to his weak side, because he was trying to roll it. He had to go this way so he doesn't go over the top of that overhand right.
Did you feel like there was a couple times like later in the fight when you got hit with some big flurries, but you found a way to like kind of just get out of the corner and work your way out of it?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you came back strong after that every time?
For sure, yeah. Once he had his little flurry, I noticed he stepped back a little bit, so I'm like, okay, now it's my turn. And then I got my flurries off, and then I started moving and outboxing the rest of the round. So.
Now I know we talked yesterday, about this is a big stage, Hall of Fame weekend. We talked about people that you would want to meet or whatever. Now that the night actually arrived and you knew those legends and luminaries were in the crowd, what will you remember about this victory and how special it was?
It was just a great victory to have in front of this big crowd. I met Mauricio Suleiman out there, Roy Jones. They had nothing but great things to say to me, so I was very honored to be able to fight in front of them.
Now I know you're enjoying this one, man, but what's next in 2025 for JJ Pagan?
I'm just stay working and, take whatever comes my way. I'll be ready for whatever.
Congrats, man. Awesome victory, man. We appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You talked about having to outbox him. Going into this fight, was that the plan originally, or when you're in the ring, do you have to realize, hey, maybe I have to go to game plan number 2, or tell me about kind of what you learned from his style and what your adjustments were during the fight?
We prepared for a couple things. The plan is, of course, to outbox him, stay patient in there because he has that awkward style, but also I've seen a couple of his fights and he knows how to control the tempo as well. So we just had to have a higher a punch output, stay busier, but also staying smart, moving out the way and just confusing him in there.
Definitely. When he had his flurries, how were you able to weather the storm? And you talked about it. He took a step back and you took a step forward. Was that the plan, or how were you able to weather the storm?
It wasn't the plan to get on the ropes like I did. That's a critique that we're gonna go back and look at and work on. But we're just in great shape. We're just prepared for anything that comes our way in the ring. So.
You talked about that being a critique. One thing that looked extremely well and sharp was the jab.
Yeah.
Was that something you were proud of? And was there anything else that you took away that, okay, I did really well in this fight so far, a couple minutes after the performance?
Yeah, my jab was for sure the biggest weapon of this fight, the biggest key. I had to keep that jab in his face. Also, I had to watch out for that overhand right because he was trying to come over the jab with that. So I just had to stay cautious, staying on the right, so he doesn't get that overhand right off. So just staying moving. Straight right hands were also good. I just felt good in there.
Definitely. Halfway through 2025, and you just talked about it. What more do you want to accomplish this year? How many more times do you want to fight? Just what do you want out of the rest of 2025?
Just continued success and more exposure, and maybe hopefully we get the bigger fights by the end of this year or next year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations
Thank
on
you
the
very
win.
much.
Appreciate it, bro.